Hello, cats and kittens, and welcome back to Blueprints. So, this is the puzzle game I was playing before where we inherited a house from our great uncle and we draft rooms as we go. The mansion changes every day, and there's a lot of puzzles and a lot, and I mean a lot, of RNG. Given that I am fairly well known for having horrible rolls in D&D, this should be interesting to see how well I do if I ever am able to completely fill out the map, if I'm able to get to all the puzzles and all the clues. I do know some of the puzzles already from watching Wade, aka Lord Minion, and from helping my husband Don the Baseman as he's playing. So I will be able to get through some stuff. Might seem like I'm cheating, but since I was helping Don, I count that as me doing the puzzles. So, or helping do the puzzles. And we're loading. The house is on Mount Holly, which is why the loading screen has the holly leaves down there. Here we go. Zooming on in. As part of the stipulation of my inheritance, I have to find the 46th room, and the map has 45. That doesn't count this outside room that I'm on my way to. As we go through each room or section of the outside, in the case of being outside, it takes a step. So even though we're walking a lot of steps, our step isn't taken away because we're still in the same area. We're on the west path. And we found this place before. Ooh. So, we have the shelter, which means that the negative effects from 3 red rooms will not affect us. We have the hovel, which means that special floor plans will count footsteps instead of gems. That's always a hard choice. Or the root cellar. Rooms in our house will be more likely to contain dig spots today, which is tempting, but we never know when we're going to get a shovel. Shelter's a good one, and I know that there's a safe in the shelter that we will know how I know how to open. Unless I already did it. I don't remember if I did it last time. If I got shelter before. Let's see. I don't know if the safe will be open if I already did it. We also have the computer, which we can't really do anything with. Not much anyways. The time lock safe. Radiation monitor. And we could log into the network, but there's not really anything to do on the network at the moment. I am going to go see what time it is in the game. Wait, is there anything down here that tells me what time it is? Pretty picture. Is there a clock or anything? Alright. Nothing in here to tell me what time it is. But I know where there is a clock, which I think we will still be on the west path. So it's still going to take a step to get out. I should have backed up to look at the time before going in there. I know there's a tower over here on the other side of this tree, where I can kind of see the time. What time is it? Can't see. I don't want to use that many steps. Okay, I'll use it. That's okay. There's different ways of getting more steps. So it is 8:40 or 8:25. 8:40. 8:25. I can tell time. Really. So we are going to go back and we're going to turn on the time lock safe, or enter the time lock thing. And we're using 8:25 as the time right now. And today, we started this on November 7th, so, and this is day 3, so day 2 would have been November 8th, so today is November 9th. And let's go to the time lock safe. And set unlock date. We are going to go November 7 was day 1, day 2, day 3, and I think, there we go, yeah. So it's 8:25. It's got to be at least 1 hour in the future. So we want 9. Oops. Can we not do the... I thought we could maybe... Oh. Nope. I guess we'll go for 10. Or wait, let's go back. I think if I hit enter... Nope, that goes to AM. So, go back. I'm Benny. My cat is wandering around the computer. So we'll go to 10. And confirm. November 9th, 10 a.m. Enter. Then we're going to exit. And we'll come back here at 10 a.m. Or after 10 a.m. It's going to open at 10. And here we go. So there are rooms called red rooms that have negative effects. And what the shelter does is it keeps the first 3 red rooms that we draw from giving us negative effects. Pretty straightforward with that. There are lots of things that are more complicated, so I like the straightforward ones. Let's start to the right. I spent 10 steps doing all that. Right. Go to the guest bedroom. Pantry will go up. Guest bedroom will give us those 10 steps back, but then we'll be dead end there. So let's go to the pantry. And before we go in, we were looking at the pictures before, so we have a card, a face card, and an ace. So face and ace, the letter that is missing between those is F. So the entry hall letter is F. We were collecting those letters last time, and now let's go. This pantry gives us, ooh, a banana. Banana. Gives us 3 steps, which is a bit more than what an apple would give us. We did the math before on this. I also noticed that bridge on Bridget is in italics. That's a hint. There are all sorts of small little things to pay attention to catch the hints for the various puzzles. So 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. We figured out that apples are worth 2, bananas are worth 3, and oranges are worth 5 because 50 steps divided among these fruits with the values that we knew apples were and bananas. We did a little math. I don't know if it was important, but we did it, and that's what we calculated. And here we have a pin and a pine, but I already have an E written down for this room, or this spot. So from here, we are looking at going north. We don't want to dead end into a closet. The den will let us go to the right, parlor to the left. So let's go to the den. We'll get 1 gem showed on the map, or on the room. And I like the den. We'll get nice and toasty at the fireplace. See if anything... Oh, need a sledgehammer. Trunk is locked. needs either a key or a sledgehammer. We have a bath and a bat. The letter here is H, which is not what I have written down in this spot. Wait, or is it? Yeah, it is. It is. Alright, that's good. We have a pawn. Yeah, that's all we've got. I'm very directionally challenged. That's why I keep bringing up the map down there. So we can do the bedroom, which will go up, so we won't be able to get that corner, which is not a big deal. Parlor, we can go down and get that corner. And then we'd have to come back through here. Or nook, we can get that corner and we get a key. Parlor gives us a puzzle where if we get it right, we'll get a couple gems. Let's go for a key. Get a key, look around. It's a rook. A car. And a cart. So the letter for this room is a T. Yep, that's what I have written down. So from last time we know that um, the bottom row is, let's bring up the map for this. S-A-F, as we just showed today. E-S, so safes. This was E-I. I didn't have anything written down here. H-T, it's 8. And C-R-A-C, didn't have anything here, but that would be a K, it was crack. And then D-A, don't have anything here. E-S, dates. This one we did get all the letters, which was 8 again. And A-T-E-S. So we're missing this letter, but it's Gates. We can figure it out from the other letters. S-M. We don't have enough to figure that out. And C and then U. We don't have enough to figure that out either. I do know what the clue is, but I like the pictures and making sure that I can actually guess what they are. So now we're going to this corner here. And if we put the parlor in, it runs into the pantry, which doesn't have a door there. Or we could go to the guest bedroom, get 10 steps, and 2 steps in the bedroom. So let's go to the guest bedroom, because that gives us 10 steps. Alright. Plus 10. Yay. Let's look around, see if there's anything in here. That's just the shadows on the floor. Ooh, there's something over here. A key. Yay. Over here we have a letter from a guest who is talking about the billiard room and the game there, and it's just pointing out that it's a mathematical puzzle rather than being um, being actual darts. So there we go. And here we have a stag and a tag, so the letter for this room is S, but we already knew that, I believe. This corner, yeah, we knew this was an S. We have this line filled out. Alright. Oh, I almost missed that. Ooh, yay, magnifying glass. And now we can look at this tiny little picture on here. I haven't used the magnifying glass, but I know. Here we have the dart puzzle. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and order of operation. So it goes from the target outward. And billiard puzzle notes. So the blue is addition, yellow is subtraction, pink is multiplication, purple is division. I already have that written down because I helped Don with that before. And antechamber appears to be sealed by all four sides. Must be a way to open. Sinclair has many secrets that he will take to his grave. We can figure that. We can figure out what's under the bookmark. As you continue... Oh, we actually have to put it back over there. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool. You will not regret having beside you on your journey. Having beside. Well, not really having. That kind of still fits, but beside. Beside and bridge were in italics. So that's something to note, and I already have it noted. Like I said, that's what's helping Don. And I am taking notes in Excel. Alright, so there we are. Done with that. Glad I saw that magnifying glass. I'm so unobservant. Okay, we did that. Now we are going back. We can go up that way, or we can come back and come this way. I don't want to get too far away from the entry hall without opening up all the doors in the entry hall, because then I'd have to retrace my steps. Oh wait, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. It's time to go open the safe. So let's go back to the entry hall. And I almost went into the nook. That's not where we want to go. So we want to go through the pantry to the entry hall. Let's make sure I didn't overlook anything in here. Okay. Because I am that unobservant. Let's go outside and go get our safe. Oh yeah, I can run. I think. Is that alright? Am I running? Yeah, I think I am going a little quicker. Alright, so here we go. Let's check the safe. If I did it right, the safe should be open. Yay! We get a gem. And we have letter number 7. So let's make a note of that. Letter number 7. I don't know if that matters, but okay, my Excel is being a little weird. Let's go down here. Letter 7 is in the shelter. And let's go ahead and open the letter. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorably with me and my father. And I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harbored for these past years, suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. The circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I am aware of the cost my aggressively aloof behavior has had on the social standing of our family. I do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Last week I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances, a conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing, a date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible, and the fact that two of the crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive. Alive, safe, and finally free. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. In that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open, in that distant land I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Courtney. So, this is talking about, mentions the theft of the rubies to have resurfaced. Theft done by Black. What was that? Blackwater Insurgents. Blackwater Insurgents. Uncles smuggled Mary. Public disappearance. Feb. Theft in September. Okay. Alright. Oh, I just got it. There we go. I didn't mean to go back in there. So we got that. And I took notes. So, was Mary involved with the theft that is being mentioned? Is she somehow tied with the Blackwater Insurgents? As was hinted at because her publisher was involved with them? We don't know. But we are pretty sure she was smuggled out of the country. There's another letter that mentions her sacrifices. We don't know what she sacrificed besides maybe just the fact that she left her family and um, gave up being able to see her son grow up, potentially, in order to do something, which caused her to need sanctuary and to be smuggled out. Now, I do not want the closet here. Spare room. We go right through. Passageway will be blocked on one side. Spare room doesn't cost anything. We'll go spare room. Is there anything in here? Nope. Okay. Hopefully it's not locked. Right. So I could go corridor. Just keep going up. Storeroom, which is a dead end here, but I get stuff. Nursery, which gives us an extra 5 every time we draft a bedroom. But if I dead end here, I'd have to come back down here this way to get back up there. Or I can do the corridor, which is always left unlocked. Or the storeroom, which again, dead end, but I have this way up. And this way. I hate to dead end. I could use stuff, but that's not much. Okay, let's go to the corridor. It's not dead end. Even though it does limit everything from the side, so that might be bad anyways. So that's a fishing rod, and that's a road. So road and rod, that's an A for this spot. And we are entryway. There wasn't anything in the spare room. We already have an A here, so we're good to go with that. should be unlocked because it should always be unlocked. So the chapel would normally cost us a coin every time we go through, but we have the shelter, so that won't affect us. And that will let us go to the right and to the left. Bedroom will only let us go to the left. Commissary will only let us go to the left. And, we don't really have any money to buy anything, but if we don't get the commissary, we can't buy anything. Bedroom will get 2 steps, plus 5 from the nursery. Do we want to be able to go to the right and left, or just to the left? We have the den. Let's go. Let's do this. Because the commissary is good to go. Oh, key card. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what we can buy today. We can buy a gem, salt shaker, shovel, or key. We don't have enough for anything except for a gem, but we're not going to get that right now. I'd really like to get a shovel if I don't find one, so let's go ahead and continue on. And what have we got for this room? We have got stage and sage. So that's a T for this room. And we already have. We're up. Entry, spare, corridor. Yep, that's a T. Which we already figured out because we had the DA and an ES. So that gives us dates on this line. So there we go. And since this is a key card, our keys don't do us any good. Just looking around.
Something's wrong with your stream. Hold on.
Oh, apparently something is wrong with my stream.
Your stream is frozen.
It seems to be moving for me. Wait, let me.
No, it's not. Look.
Oh, refresh. See what I see.
Okay, there you are.
Okay.
Yeah, it fixed.
Maybe because it's I'm on the blueprint screen. There we go. Okay. Stream is moving. Crisis averted. There we go. All the way back. It's unfortunate about that keycard door, but that's where the lovely RNG comes in. See what's over here. Really wants me to take that storeroom, huh? Storeroom, closet, or drawing room. Drawing room lets us keep going. And we have the gems to meet the requirements, so we are going to do that. And let's make sure to look around instead of, nearly running off without the magnifying glass. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Let's see, do we have any hints in here? Because by the time you get this room, you already know this information. So, nope. Alright. Prayer and pry, that's an A. And we are, yeah, we already have the bottom row here. We know that that's safe. So, oh yeah, I gotta do this. And I don't know that I actually wrote down anything about this room before, or the letter in this room. So yeah, I solved this puzzle before, or actually, I already knew the answer from helping Don with it. So this is letter number 6. Letter 6 is in the drawing room. Drawing room. And remember what it was. Dearest Mary, I know the events of the past year have catapulted you into a world you may not have been ready for. It's cruel, the way time rips through our lives, leaving them barren and fruitless, like winter plains. Throughout this all, I know your principal concern has always been Simon. You didn't need to confide in me yesterday for me to realize that fact. Everyone who knows you understands this. I'll take full responsibility to ensure that regardless of how your current project pans out, Simon is shielded from any fallout and, God forbid, repercussions. Okay, so that was the promise to protect Simon. So Mary is on a project, and Uncle promises to protect Simon. Protect Simon. A child should never suffer the iniquity of their parents. I, of course, write all of this in hope that I can set your mind at peace when imagining the worst case scenario, not because I think such an outcome is likely. No, Mary, I have few apprehensions and fewer fears. Assuming everything goes according to plan, you should be reunited with Simon again before his 10th birthday. Given that we're 14 now, I think things did not go according to plan. And while 2 years might seem like an eternity to a mother, I've always heard the days pass by more quickly in the East. So Mary is in the East. Expected 2 years would have been before Simon turned 10. And Mary is in the East. Okay. As for me and you, I've already come to terms that our meeting yesterday was very likely our last. I'm too old and too stubborn to ever leave this place. I'm too attached to the home our family has built up room by room. Yes, I have a strong premonition I will be buried in red soil under red flags, a compromise I know you yourself would never accept. It's been a joy watching you grow up and getting to know you. Your mother and I spoke of little else during your school days. I know she'd feel the same bittersweet pride I feel now to see you following in your father's footsteps and making the same sacrifices he did. Farewell, my marigold. We may yet meet again. Your Uncle Herbert. So, I hopefully captured the relevant information from that note, and let us go on so we can go north or west, whichever way. Alrighty. So we can have a bedroom here, that's good. Planetarium, we won't be able to go north from here, but that's okay. Kitchen, we don't really have any money to buy food right now. And we'd have to come way back down here if once we do get money. So let's put a bedroom here. We're gonna get 7 footsteps because we have the nursery. -1 because it takes 1 to step in there. And wait, did I take the nursery? No, I didn't. I didn't take the nursery. I was like, wait a minute, that didn't add up. But that's because I didn't take the nursery. But I can look at this picture. She's got a moon amulet. Look at her nose. Alright, and here we have flan, which is a dessert. And a desert, and that's an S. Pretty sure we already have that filled out. And we have a pawn in here. Oop. Money. Gems are a form of money. Alright. And there we have the greetings from Reddington. I don't think there's anything special in there. Just a postcard. But I don't know. In this game, you never know. go up. For the chapel, we can go up and to the right. Parlor just to the right. And secret passage, we would go up, but we can pick a color of our choice, like a green room or something. Let's see if a green room would be good here, because we have our map that we found in the orchard that tells us what uh, land is for. Ooh, rich soil in that spot, because the spot above the bedroom is barren ground, and then the spot above that is rich soil. And if we do the secret passage, that's what will go here on the barren ground. And then if we pick a green room, that'll go here on the rich soil. And that will mean that we will get a lot of whatever that um, particular room has. So let's do this. Green room. So green thumb. The halls of holly. So we get halls from that one. They're orange. Green thumb. Green. The key to the bedrooms. Red rover. And gold ink. So that would give us a shop. That would give us a red room. A bedroom.
You are very, very
A
quiet.
green room. I've adjusted my volume. I'm just adjust my volume some more. I go, woo, all the way up there. Am I still quiet?
You gotta talk.
Talk, 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 talk. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, you're still quiet.
I don't know. Do I need to move this closer? But then I'll be breathing into it. Is that better? Can you hear me?
Oh, goodness gracious. Hold on. There is a buffer. Massive buffer on your video.
Hmm. Do I need to change something?
No, I don't know if it's you or me.
Well, Rio mentioned that I was quiet when she was watching the stream before, too. And I noticed I was quiet when I was doing the test recording. I just don't know how to be louder.
You do need to make your mic a bit louder.
I have my mic up as far as it'll go in OBS. I don't know how to change the mic on the mic itself.
Actually, you'd have to go into the Windows settings.
Windows settings.
You're not in Windows settings.
I don't know where settings. Bluetooth and devices? System?
Actually, X out of that. Go down to your the speaker
Oh,
on the bar.
I can't. It's not there. It's in the other window.
No, it should be right there.
No, because this is my main window here. This is not my main window. It doesn't have the speaker.
It should have.
No, because this is the window. Sorry, I'm having a discussion with Don. um,
Just, yeah, sound settings.
sound settings. That's where I was going. I don't have to always go to the little speaker. And when I don't have something covering that, sound mixture options.
Yeah.
See now, I'm loud now.
It's because you're actually talking normal. And I have my sound at 100%.
Okay. Anyway,
Uh,
output maybe not NVIDIA. Let's see. Does it?
all right,
So
now talk.
I'm talking, but if you have me up to 100, I'm still going to be loud from that,
I,
not from
I know. I'm gonna turn it down.
anything that I fix. But do I have to do anything else, or should that work? Test, test, test.
Wow, you are so quiet.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Um. Okay, maybe this system sounds.
Let me take a glance.
I don't know. Don is coming over to troubleshoot because I'm very quiet apparently. And you can't see what he's doing, but he's changing my sound stuff.
I need to go. Let's go here. Why is
Talk,
it?
talk, 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 talk.
Come on, you're supposed to be there.
What? No, it's not gonna be there because it's over
No,
there.
there's supposed to be a way to put it to have it on both. Because I have it on mine.
It's not on mine.
That's slightly annoying. Okay.
Speakers, microphone. See, there we are.
Yeah, you should be. You should be doing. You know what? It's probably the headset.
I, I'm I'm taking the headset off for the moment.
Let me see it.
I know there's a mute function, and but I think that only toggles either.
There's also a microphone, but it's turned all the way up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me easily? That's the question.
Well, I can't hear you because I
No,
have a headset on.
no, because it's not coming through my set. There it goes. Huh. That's very weird.
I don't hear myself through these.
I know you don't. I was listening to my computer.
All right, let's see if any of that helped. Apparently, I'm just very quiet. Maybe I need to shout.
That's the question. Yeah, actually, you do.
I need to shout.
Be
Shout.
louder. It's fine.
Shout.
Fine. There it goes.
Ah, ah. Okay.
That's very weird.
Anyway, now I forgot what I was doing.
Sorry.
Okay, where am I? I am. Oh, yeah, I just got that. And I had picked green room. I was picking green room. Green thumb. Do, do, do. Yeah, that is where I thought. So here we go. Courtyard. The special cost is bypassed. Patio will spread gems in each room and costs a gem. Veranda has a greater chance of finding items in green rooms and costs 2 gems. Patio will only go to the right. Courtyard goes up and to the right. Veranda only goes up. I like the prospects of the courtyard as far as that goes. We have some diggy holes. Sledgehammer! At the moment, I'd like a shovel, but a sledgehammer will be is nice too because there was a chest. Where was that chest? Was it in? It was in the den, I think. That's the type of stuff I need to take note of too. Okay. So before we get too far away, is it worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Go back and see what was in that. The bedroom will give us a couple steps, but then we'd have to walk all the way back here. Or we can continue up from the den. You know what, since we gotta... Yeah, we don't want to get too far anyways, because then we'd have to backtrack. So um, let's go ahead and go back because we'll have to backtrack anyway. Oh yeah, plane and plan. So it's an E. I think we already had an E for this spot. In the secret passage. Actually, yeah, that's an E. Yeah, we already had that. So, no worries there. And there weren't any pictures in the courtyard. So, let's go back through here. We get a couple steps back. And then we can go here. Or go on ahead since we're already down here. Let's go on ahead and go to the den. That was the den that had the chest, right? Alright, I think. Alrighty, let's see. The den was, yep, through the pantry. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Maybe a key card? Nope, just some gems. Which is nice, but a key card would be better because we do have a door that was locked with a key card. Alright, and since we're here, let's go ahead and go up. We can get the parlor, which would go up and to the right. The chapel, which would go up and dead end on that side, or the passageway, which would go up and to the right. Thinking the parlor will give us some gems. Passageway gives us more options, and I like options. Yeah, chapel, one of the options is blocked off, and it's got one fewer options. So, let's go. Let's go to the right. Okay. We can have a storeroom here, that's okay. Dining room? Ah, that'd be nice. We get food once we get to rank 8. Or the observatory, which would be a dead end here. Storeroom is a dead end here. Observatory will give us something when we look um, through the telescope. I don't know what we'd get. Storeroom. Dining room is the only one that leads up. But we've got the passageway here, so let's go. Observatory. We have 2 stars. Let's see what 2 stars is. The twins. 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. Alright, that's cool. We can do that. Pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. Alright. We're not going to backtrack and go get them now because that'd be a waste of steps. We're going to go up. And here we go. What's through here? This would be a good time to get the archives because then it will not block me from. So when you take the archives, you only get to see you won't be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. You end up with one that's hidden. And that's kind of a pain. So since this will be sheltered, that's a good time to take this. So let's go. Alright. See if we've got anything in here. Oh, key card door. Oh, gem. That's nice. Alright, we already looked at all this and I took notes last time. Let's see if there's anything. hidden. I don't know. Because who knows? If that's one of the rooms in the house, maybe there's something to that picture. Alright. I already took notes on that, so we're not going to worry about that. Keycard door. So that's 2 keycard doors. Hopefully I find a keycard. Let's see what we got here. Well, we have a key. Let's use a key. And the room is, the music is getting loud, so I definitely know I need to speak louder because of that. Weight room loses half my footsteps, but I'll be sheltered, so I won't lose half my footsteps. And this gives me 4 ways forward. Dark room. Can't see the floor plans when drafting in this room, but again, it'd be sheltered. But I like having the options and to just go nanner, nanner, nanner. You're not taking my steps away from me in the weight room. Because it's sheltered. The bricks here are funky. Another keycard door. I need a key card. This is where the RNG gets annoying. So we have graph. Oh yes, cart and a chart, and that's an H. We are in, let's see, pantry, den, passageway, archives, weight room. Yeah, we have an H on that spot. Really, I shouldn't have to worry about it until I get like up here. This is where I mostly haven't gotten to yet, so we'll still solve the pictures. We just don't need to worry about writing them down. What way is that? Okay, that's that way. I do want to go that way. Ooh, that costs 2 gems. Hallway, let's just go up and opportunity to earn and spread coins. Coins are good, but hallway gives us more. Closet. Ooh. I'm probably gonna regret this, but we need stuff. We do need stuff. Ooh, there's a reroll. And a shovel! Shovel. Need shovel. Come, where, hand. There we go. There we have a stag. And a stage. That's an E. Which we probably already have in this spot. Yep, we do. Okay. Alright, so we can go all the way back down to the drawing room. And as we go through, we'll get the entrance hall. And we can get the 2 chests. Yeah. I think that's good. We know that's locked. I have a key, but I don't want to use it yet. I may end up with no choice, but, well, eventually I'll have to use it. And I will use it, because there's no point in just holding on to it forever. Alright. So I'm going to keep going through the den. On all the way down. A lot of footsteps. I hope I get some fruit. Oh boy. This is not the best run. Let's get these chests. Ooh, secret garden key. Yay. That can get me some fruit. And gems. I haven't gotten many coins. Let's go here. Since we're right here, let's go to the drawing room and start going up. Or was this locked? No. Okay. Security room. I can at least turn the key card to a lower thing. Oh, but that dead ends me here.
Key card?
No.
And you don't have the utility room, huh?
They all dead end me there. Oh. My steps on this one. Oh wait, I can redraw floor plans for free. But security room. Yeah, I've already got it set to do way too many. This will give me, there's the nursery. All those steps I was thinking I would get in the bedrooms. But it's when I draft bedrooms, so like the guest bedroom and this bedroom wouldn't give me extra. And since I already have, so rumpus room gives me 8 coins. Blocks off one of the courtyards, one of the courtyard doors. Oh boy. Nursery's a dead end. Oh, decisions, or I could redraw. Too bad I can't rotate. Cause then the hallway would at least go up that way. Hmm. I need steps. I need steps. It's a tough decision. Just checking if there's. Oh, lucky rabbit's foot. That gives a better chance of finding items. And of course, we already read the red book. That was written by Mary, our mum. And that's where we are. Okay, back in here. And so we need to go that way, or this way, or all the way back over here. Oh, this is dead end. So if we're gonna get this part, we're gonna have to go all the way up and around. This is not the best run, but that's part of having to make decisions and part of RNG. So let's go back to the courtyard. One of the doors was key card, wasn't it? I think it was. I should make a note on those. I have such a horrible memory. Okay, where am I going? Yeah, let's go through the bedroom and on up that way. And then I will be very disappointed in myself if it turns out that I'm going toward the keycard door. Oh, shovel. Keycard? Coins. Alright. Shovel. Turnip. That gives me some steps. That's good. Ooh, the garage gives me some keys. This lets me keep going up and to the right. This lets me keep going up and to the right. That would take my last sheltered room. Keys? And I'd have to come all the way back down here and up here, there. Or Easy way around. I'm gonna need keys. My luck that I've been having so far, I need these keys. Can't open the door because we don't have any power coming in here. Because I haven't found the utility room. Alright. Anything? We got the note. Christoph, this is the third time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you've been driving for his lordship, your absences must be accounted for. Mrs. Babbage. I didn't think there would be anything, but worth checking. Bleach. Car and card, so that's a D. Do I have this one? Yep. Alright, that's it here. Kitchen, we can buy food. It requires a gem, but we have gems. And the kitchen, ooh, turns that way. Hall turns that way. That's the issue, is that if we put the kitchen there, it will end up having to take all the steps that I would gain just to get back to where I can continue on. Hallway, I could go up. Storeroom, dead end. I don't like it, but let's go hallway. I would like the kitchen. I'd like to buy some food. Tie and tier, that's an E. Can't go that way because there's a wall there. Utility closet. Breaker box. We can turn off all those... Oh. We can turn off all those keycard doors. Turn on. And we already did this puzzle. I'm not doing this puzzle again. So keycard entry system is off. So if we get the security room again, we'll be able to turn all the keycard doors off. Coat and cot, that's an A. We're on the line that we already figured out before. Oh, I know that's... Oh no. Oh, I've blocked myself in. Well. I needed the utility closet. So weight room, archives. Did any of those... Oh, those are both keycard doors. I think... that may have just been a very big mistake. Let's see. Where can I go? Back down here. 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 One of these was a keycard door, one was a key door. So we can go back that away. Okay, I'm not completely done yet. I can still go. Okay. Wait, which is the garage? So this way. Da, 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 da. And where am I going? Don't need to go up there, because that's just a dead end in the nursery. Okay, we need to go through the pantry. Well, that's just... Wait, I have a store, don't I? Where did I put... Ah, there. So I could go up there. I can't remember what was in there. Let's go up to the weight room. Like I was playing it, like I was saying before. Yeah. Okay. Key card door and locked door. Oh wait, special keys. I can't look at the lock from here. Hopefully this isn't barren ground or anything like that. So here we are, secret garden. Before we go in, let's see. This is poor. This is good. This is good. This is rich. And this is poor. Oh well. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of choice. Key! I mean, I did have choice. I didn't have to use a secret garden key here, but, you know, I had it. It's on the outside, so it was at least in a spot that it could be used. All these diggy spots. I got a rock. That just figures. That's me and my RNG luck. Alright. Anything in any of these pots? Nope. These look like they can be broken. Hmm. We know the moon is significant, so let's... And plus there's one of the other ones already pointing at it. So let's see. Does that do anything? Aha! We have a lever. Alright. And I knew that would be the one that opens because there's that little red spot there. Not that I'm likely to be able to get up there, but it's there. So, alright. Which way to go? We can go down one and see if we get anything there. This could be a dead end. Because... Oh, not this one. That one can't be a dead. This one. Kitchen. Do with some food. Dining room. We have to reach rank 8 before we get the food from the dining room. Patio, which spreads gems in all the... in the green rooms. Kitchen to get some food. I don't like it being blocked in like that. Oh wait, that automatically opens the door into the archives. Yes. Or does it? Food for pet. Probably cat, given how small it is. Alright. Banana for 3 steps for 2. Club sandwich. We get 15 steps. Chef salad. 5 steps for every green room in our house. And that costs us 5. And we have... How many green rooms do we have? 1, 2. So we would get 10 steps. Yeah. We would get 10 steps for 5 coins. 15 steps for 8 coins. We can't afford that, so let's go. And I don't have enough to get the banana. Now we want a boiler room. So there's the archives. That's automatically open now since we went there. Alright. So now we can go back across the secret garden. Oh, we've got sand and, so this is an S. Oh, and it's worth going through some of the other rooms now, because there should be some fruit. This door is locked. We have plenty of keys. Parlor, dead end. Storeroom, dead end. Rumpus room takes us up. So, it said 8 coins. Where's coins? Ooh! Rerolls. Can we turn on the radio? No. Where's the coins? Coast and coat. So this is an S, which we already have. There's the coins. Alright, anything else? We can't take the hat. Let's listen to our future. And this one has voice acting. So I can take a drink while it is going.
As it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
Oh, sure.
Each is becoming clear. I see a boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something, something he was told he would not find. I see a black cat tied to a red flag. I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Alright, so I couldn't take notes during that because I couldn't move my mouse over um, to my Excel sheet. So that's one disadvantage of using an Excel sheet. But okay, so Alzara, first clue. Um, I can't type. Benny's on my lap. Alzara. Alzara. Sand. Black cat. Unmoving red flag. It's probably unmoving because, you know, it's the kingdom and all that lovely stuff. Door with moon. What else did he say? No key. Dawn of the following day just means that you can't put more money in and get more messages. Alright, so let us continue. We can go to the left, we can go up and to the left, or we can buy keys. Too bad we can't buy a key card. Parlor, chapel. Yeah, let's get some more options. And I believe we are still sheltered. Yes, so it didn't cost anything, and neither of these doors are key cards, so sometimes there's money in the chapel. Oh, there's a gem. Alright. It's locked. Security! That means I can open those keycard doors. And that's even a good position. We've got doors going to where we need to go. Yes! Ooh. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I didn't mean to open my map again then. Okay, let's check. It'll be very funny if I get a keycard in here. No keycard. Okay. Here we go. And now we can read this. Unless written by hand. So, red memos are lies unless written by hand. Is there anything in this? It's a crown. Alright, let us set this up. Oh, Benny's kind of leaning on my keyboard. Okay. Keycard system. Keycard system settings. We want the offline mode to be unlocked. Confirm setting. And now that we can have them all unlocked, we can go up to high to get more keycard doors. Because they'll all be unlocked because they are turned off. So that means they will be open. Woo, yay! Security room! Woo! Okay. And look, there's one now. Here's a key. Ooh, boiler room. Oh, billiard room. My brain was just B, boiler room. Okay. Laundry room. I don't think I have enough stuff to worry about exchanging because that's what you could do. Launder currency. I could get more keys, or I could be able to go up and to the left and potentially get keys or a key card or something after doing some math. Salt shaker! That gives me an extra step whenever I eat food. And this is the first time up in this row, so let's see, what have we got? We have a crate and create. See, it's a paintbrush, it's creating. So, that gives us... Where are we? We are... Oh, I didn't look in the security room for its stuff. And Benny just stepped on my keyboard. Okay, so this is create and crate, so that is an E. And we'll probably go back through the security room at some point and get that there. But here we are. Let's see. This is the math puzzle that we found the clue on before. Let's see. Ah, blue is addition, yellow is subtraction, and pink is multiplication. So, We start with 18 because we got to start somewhere. Blue is addition, so 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay. And yellow is subtraction. We're starting with 15 because order of operations, it starts this 15 minus 7 is 8. 20 minus 2 is 18. And then 8 times 2 is 16. And then 10. Order of, okay, so 5. And the yellow is subtraction, so 10 minus 5 is 5. Times 4 is 20. And we get key card. Now I get the key card. Oh, I knew it. Okay, let's see. This could be the storeroom, the dark room. We're no longer sheltered because we already have 3. But this will let us go down. The pool will let us go down and adds locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool. And it keeps it open to the antechamber there, but the door we got open is this one. So we can't get in here anyway. This requires a gem. This does not require a gem. And it gives us stuff. So let's get some stuff. Oh, look, there's a chest too. We get a coin. And grain. Fire? Match? Wheat? Heat? Yeah, that makes this a W. Okay. Where are we? We are here by the antechamber. That's a W. So the W-E. Wee. Alright. Get our gem. And our key. And whatever is in this chest. More keys. Yay. We were needing those. All the doors are open to us now. Well, not necessarily.
At least 4.
At least 4. Plus all the keycard doors. Which there was at least 2 that I got already. Or found already. So, alright. Yay. That was not too bad. Alright. So now we can go left from security or left from the chapel. It doesn't really matter. Put in the key card. Furnace, more likely to draw red rooms. Locksmith keys for sales. Office, opportunity to earn and spread coins. So, yeah.
Go for the freezer.
I am going to go to the office. And I don't know why that was so dark.
It was a security room. It was a key card, right?
Well, I have a key card and I turned everything off in the security room because
So when you go up to a security door that's been turned off,
it's dark. Oh, okay.
Because it doesn't have power.
That makes sense. I could turn it back on because I have the key card now. It doesn't really matter. Okay, what's this? The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there is enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. So, We know the greenhouse has a broken lever. And we have, if I can get out of this note, we have an upgrade disk. And we have a computer right here. We are not going to wait and risk forgetting. We are going to use this upgrade disk. Wait, I wanted to use the upgrade disk. Okay, how do I use the upgrade disk? Oh, E, insert disk. Reading comprehension. Okay, there we go. So it's going to tell me what room can be upgraded. Storeroom. Okay, and it's going to tell me what choices I have for upgrades. Storeroom. I can get 2 keys and 1 gem and 1 coin. 1 key, 2 gems and 1 coin. Or 1 key, 1 gem and 10 coins. I'm going to go for 10 coins. This is the upgrade I want. Floor plan has been successfully upgraded. Now that won't be implemented on the storeroom that I already have. It will be implemented on future draws of the storeroom. Yay! And we've got a couple things in here. We can open the desk. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last title is intending to be hearings or herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. We notice that March of the Count is a different color. So, we have this. And a chest just opened. We have this hand pointing at this statue. That's a hint. So we have that statue. That's a different statue. That's a different statue. Oh, here we have our picture puzzle. Crow and crown. So that's an N. What spot are we in? So that's an N here. Alright. Continue. Clock. Yeah, that's him. Different person. Different person. So there's 3 of the bald guy with the hair sticking out on the side. It's March of the Count. March 3, 3rd. Because we know that dates open safes from the lower part of the puzzle. Of the pictures. Here we go! We get a gem. And we get a letter. Get a letter. And it's 8. It is letter number 8. For some reason, all of the 8s in this game are like infinity symbols. They're sideways. Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all our demands, not involving the police, and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. So, the other red letters were taken. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I am sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You are already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of those points, and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colorful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorize. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards your young nephew, I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might have been questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated play to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are, in fact, entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to, and you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. Again, we felt guilty as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favorably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever Anonymous X. So, he was blackmailed. Somebody got his letters and blackmailed Uncle Herbert. Blackmail. And threatened Simon. Someone took the red letters and threatened Simon, because we know from the other letter that Herbert is going to do everything in his power um, to keep Simon safe. Uncle paid. Alright. That's that there. Anything else in here? No, we have the security room there. And we have a door here. We can go down. Alright. Well, parlor can go to the left, which is fine. Bunk room is a dead end here. We don't want a dead end. And music room gives us a couple more keys. It costs 2 gems. And it goes to the right. It's a major key, though, and a minor key. And it has a puzzle that I already know the answer to from helping Dawn. Yeah, we'll go for keys. Alright. See if there's anything else in here. Ooh. Car keys, and we have the garage, so we can go get some stuff in the garage. And we have the music getting loud, but hopefully my sound for the game is turned down enough that you can still hear me over the music of the game. We have flan and a fan, so that's an L. And we probably don't have this here. That's an L. Okay. Alright. Anything else in here? Key. There's supposed to be a major key, too. Denoted in verse. I don't think there's anything hidden. That's just a hint that something is denoted in verse. And I already know. But where is the major key? Because there's supposed to be a minor key and a major key in here. That's what the room said. Yeah, one major, one minor. Unless the car keys count as a major key? Maybe? Oh, maybe. Okay. So,
What
we've
counts as a major key?
car keys?
Yes.
Car keys count as major key. So, we already know that font matters because we have a clue from the bridge and beside being in italics. So, we're going to look at things like font. Okay. This is page 1. And notice that first is bold. Find here within these first words sung the key you seek in major tongue, but half the sheets are missing from the four you hold, the rest far flung. A half note held is quite the pun. So, page 1 is first in bold. Page 2. Among this scattered symphony, a message hidden beneath the keys in bold words. See, it tells us to look for the bold words. Sung by you and me, a fractured note, an urgent plea, in bold words sung, I do repeat. The ones of you who oft assume that you alone can solve this tune are likely going to get your due, and all the rage that will ensue while working on this simple clue. On is in bold. White pages lined with melodies do hide the words we've come to seek, and from our choice among all these, we write down one that seems to be the, bold, loudest type with ink that bleeds. And as I've mentioned before, I was helping Don, so I already have this puzzle, so I didn't have to stop and write anything down because I already have all that. So that is the music room. We got our keys, and we have to use one. Alright, parlor can lead us down. Planetarium's a dead end, and locksmith is a dead end. Would cost us our last gem. Let's go in the parlor. See if there's anything in here besides the puzzle we know is in here. Let's get our key for the puzzle. Yep. Okay. I was not clicking in the right spot. Alright. Anything. I don't see anything. Let's be back here. By the curtains. Which, if this is inside, if this was on an outside wall, you'd see outside. Which we've done before. Previously, I believe. So let's see. There are 3 boxes in this room. Yes. There may be more. But there's only 3 boxes for the puzzle. 2 boxes in this room are empty. That is true. So we have 2 true ones. So this one will need to be false. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. We know this one is false because the other 2 are true. Yay. We did it. Woohoo. Oh, apple. I was like, there's something red over there. And this letter was just what explained the rules of the game. We read that before, so we're not gonna. My gosh, we're supposed to get more keycard doors now that we have a keycard. Coat check is a dead end. I don't want a dead end. Laboratory is a dead end. Aquarium is not a dead end. D spot. A brick. Can you believe it? Look at the fishes. The aquarium counts as every type of room, and so that's why all the aquariums are rooms, basically. And fishies in all the rooms. Alright, next. Okay. Dark room will lead us to the left. And we kind of need to go that way. So we won't be able to see the floor plan, so this might be the end. Well, no, because I still have the two keycard doors to go through. So I go back all the way to the utility room and turn the dark room back on. Utility room was down here. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Wait, did I get the dining room? Did I get the dining room? I have the drawing room. No, no dining room. Oh well. Yeah. We'd have to go all the way back down here to get that turned back on, and that would mean going up and out and out and that's a long ways. I'm gonna have to go back anyways at some point because we need to. We're pretty much out of stuff in this direction unless this leads to something that opens up some more. Boy, a lot of locked doors. I've told you the RNG here is crazy. This one has a gem requirement of
The further
2.
you get up north in the map, the more likely you are to get locked.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a high chance of keycard doors because I turned it to keycard. I turned that to high.
Yes.
But I'm getting keys. Okay. So any one of these could be a dead end. They could go anywhere. So I'm just close my eyes, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to use the gems, my last 2 gems, and not know what I'm getting. I got the furnace, which means more red rooms, or more dead ends or something. Pebbles, not worth even picking up. So let's see, furnace is more red rooms, and it's a dead end. So as far as going this direction, I am done. But I had... Wait, where were my keycard doors? Did they end up all leading to... Okay, one opened up because I put the kitchen next to the archive. And then... that one ended up being blocked by the utility closet. So... that's my run. I have no more places I can go, actually. See, yeah, this is all closed in. Well, still, I got up to rank 8. I did open the antechamber on the other side of where I ended up, but yeah, not too bad. But some crazy RNG. I managed to turn all the keycard doors off so I could open them, and then got a keycard, and then ended up blocking them and opening them by placing a room next to them anyways. So yeah, not too horribly bad. Could have been better, could have been worse. But that's how games with RNG go, and decisions. There's always decisions. Which is why, kind of funny that I'm playing this game, because I'm a Libra. We're horrible at decisions. Alright, I don't know why I'm going, or where I'm going. Let's call it a day while looking at the fishies. And that will be it for me today. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!